Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like you never actually slept? You went to bed on time, you stayed in bed for 8 hours, and yet you still feel completely drained. It's like your body is heavy and your mind is already tired before the day even begins. If that sounds familiar, you're alone. In fact, I hear this from so many women, especially women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond who say the same thing. I'm tired all the time, but I don't know why. Maybe you've been told it's just part of aging, that this is what getting older feels like. But let me tell you something important. Feeling tired all the time is not just about getting older. There are real, fixable reasons why your energy is faded. And once you understand what they are, you can start taking back control, one step at a time. So today, here on Echo Mind, we're going to talk honestly and openly about the hidden causes of fatigue in older women. I'm not here to overwhelm you. I'm here to walk alongside you like a trusted friend and help you connect the dots so you can feel more awake, more alive, and more like yourself again. And please, stay with me until the end, because some of the things we'll uncover might surprise you. They could even change how you feel every single day moving forward. Now, take a deep breath. This is your time. Let's begin. 1. The silent hormone crash that no one warns you about. Let's start with something that almost every older woman experiences, but hardly anyone talks about. Hormonal decline after menopause. Now, I'm not just talking about menopause itself. Most of us are told about the hot flashes, the mood swings, and the night sweats that come during that transition. But what no one really tells us is what happens years after menopause. Our estrogen and progesterone levels don't just stay low. They often drop to almost nothing, and that has a much bigger effect on our energy than most of us realize. You see, when we were younger, those hormones weren't just about our periods or pregnancy. Estrogen and progesterone were like the secret fuel behind so many parts of our lives. Estrogen helped our brain stay sharp. It supported our memory, and it even helped regulate how our body used sugar for energy. Progesterone helped calm the nervous system. It allowed us to fall asleep easier and stay asleep longer. But now, with those hormone levels at rock bottom, things start to feel different. Simple tasks like carrying groceries, walking up the stairs, or even reading a book start to feel harder. You might feel heavier, slower, or more mentally foggy. And here's the truth. That is not your imagination. You're not lazy and you're not broken. Your body is simply trying to function with less of the fuel it used to have. What makes this more frustrating is that most doctors never mention it. They'll often say, well, that's just part of getting older, but they never stop to ask, what if there's more to it than that? Here at Echo Mind, we believe in looking deeper. Some women can benefit from something called bioidentical hormone therapy. Others might need support for their adrenal glands or supplements that help balance the body after menopause. But you won't know what's possible until you ask. So if you're feeling constantly exhausted, if your energy has changed drastically over the last few years, don't brush it off. Talk to your doctor. Ask about testing your hormone levels, because understanding your body is the first step toward reclaiming your energy. And at our age, knowledge truly is power. Think of it as tuning into your body's subtle signals, a core principle here at Echo Mind. Your internal wisdom is key. 2. The nutrient deficiencies that quietly drain your energy. Here's something most women are never told. You can eat healthy, take your vitamins, and still feel tired all the time. That's because as we get older, our bodies don't absorb nutrients the way they used to. You see, after age 60, the stomach produces less acid, and stomach acid is important. It helps break down food and absorb nutrients. So even if your plate is full of fruits, vegetables, and protein, your body might not be getting what it needs from it. That's why so many older women are walking around with nutrient deficiencies and don't even know it. And these quiet deficiencies can make you feel weak, foggy, or completely worn out. Let's talk about 4 common ones that are especially important. The first is vitamin B12. This vitamin keeps your brain sharp and supports your nervous system, but it's harder to absorb with age, and many women over 60 are low in it. When your B12 is low, you might feel confused, forgetful, or deeply tired. Some women are even misdiagnosed with memory problems when the real issue is this simple vitamin. Next is iron. Even though you're not having monthly periods anymore, your iron can still run low over time. Things like ulcers, inflammation, or just poor absorption can wear it down. When iron is low, you may feel breathless, have a racing heart, or feel like even small tasks are exhausting. Then there's vitamin D. You probably know it helps your bones, but it also plays a role in mood and energy. Many older adults don't get enough sun, and even if we do, our skin doesn't make vitamin D as well as it used to. When your vitamin D is low, you might feel tired, achy, or even a little down emotionally. Finally, let's talk about magnesium. This quiet mineral helps your muscles, your nerves, your sleep, and your stress response. Low magnesium can make you feel anxious, heavy, or like you never fully rest, and stress uses it up even faster. It's one of those things many women are missing without realizing it. The frustrating part? Most doctors don't test for all of these. They might check iron or vitamin D if you ask, but B12 and magnesium are often overlooked unless you speak up. So here's what you can do. First, ask your doctor to check your levels specifically. Don't settle for general answers. You have the right to know what's really going on in your body. Second, consider targeted supplements. A multivitamin might not be enough to fix a true deficiency. Sometimes your body needs more support than that, and that's okay. And finally, listen to how you feel. If you're tired every day, foggy in the morning, or just not yourself, don't ignore it. Your body is speaking to you. Once I found out I was low in both B12 and magnesium, I started supplementing under my doctor's care. Within weeks, I felt clearer, calmer, and more energized. It was like I got a little piece of myself back. You deserve that too, not someday now. At EchoMind, we encourage you to be your own health advocate. Don't be afraid to ask questions and seek out the information that empowers you. This journey to better energy is about listening to your body's echoes and responding with informed action. 3. Poor sleep quality, not just quantity. Most of us grew up hearing that we need 8 hours of sleep each night, so we do our best to get into bed at a decent hour. But what if I told you that just being in bed for 8 hours isn't enough? Many older women tell me, I sleep all night, but I still wake up tired, and I understand that completely. I've lived it myself. The truth is, as we get older, it's not just about how long we sleep. It's about how well we sleep. As we age, our bodies make less melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep and stay asleep. And we also spend less time in deep sleep, the part of the night where the body heals and restores itself. That means even if you're lying in bed for 8 hours, you might only be getting a few hours of real quality sleep. Let me ask you something. Do you wake up in the middle of the night, around 2 or 3 in the morning, and just lie there staring at the ceiling? Does your mind start spinning with worries about your health, your family, or your finances? And by the time the sun rises, do you already feel like the day has taken something from you before it even began? That's not just insomnia. That's your body struggling to get the rest it needs. And here's something else to consider. If you wake up feeling stiff, groggy, or like your body never fully relaxed, it might be because your sleep is too shallow. Without enough deep sleep, your muscles don't recover, your brain doesn't clear out the mental clutter, and your energy doesn't return. I went through a stretch of time where I thought this was just my new normal. I told myself, well, this is what getting older feels like. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. So I started making small changes, and little by little, they added up. I turned off all screens, television, phone, computer, at least 1 hour before bed. I made my bedroom cooler and darker. I started taking a small dose of magnesium glycinate before sleep, and I created a bedtime routine that helped my body understand it's time to wind down. Now, it wasn't perfect at first, but after a few weeks, I started falling asleep faster. I stayed asleep longer, and most importantly, I began waking up feeling like myself again. One more thing I want to mention because it's important. If you snore heavily or wake up gasping for air, please talk to your doctor about sleep apnea. It's not just a men's issue. In fact, many older women develop sleep apnea without even realizing it, especially after menopause. And untreated sleep apnea can leave you feeling exhausted no matter how many hours you spend in bed. So remember, sleep isn't just a number. It's not just 8 hours on the clock. It's about how deeply and peacefully your body can rest. You deserve sleep that actually restores you, and with a few changes, it's absolutely possible. Here at Echo Mind, we often say that quality sleep is a foundation of well-being. It's where your mind and body truly reset, allow your internal echo to be clear and strong, ready for the day ahead. For chronic stress and emotional exhaustion, let's take a deep breath together, because this next part is something most of us carry but rarely talk about out loud. I'm talking about stress, the kind that builds over years and never quite goes away. And I'm not just talking about busy schedules or too many errands. I mean the emotional weight we carry, especially as older women. You see, when we were younger, we were often in survival mode, raising kids, working jobs, managing households, taking care of everyone but ourselves. And we told ourselves, one day, when the kids are grown, when I retire, when life slows down, then I'll finally relax. But for many of us, that peace we hoped for never truly arrived. Instead, the stress simply changed. Now, we find ourselves worrying about our health or our partner's health. We worry about our savings, about whether we'll outlive our money. Some of us are caregiving again, this time for an aging spouse or even helping raise grandkids. And let's not forget the emotional toll of watching our adult children struggle, especially when we feel powerless to help. That quiet heartbreak, the kind that builds over time, is real and it's exhausting. What many people don't realize is that the body doesn't know the difference between a real threat and a stressful thought. Every time we worry, our body responds. It releases cortisol, the stress hormone, and when cortisol stays high for too long, it wears us down. It drains our adrenal system. It makes us tired, anxious, irritable, and emotionally raw. That's why even little things like misplacing your glasses or forgetting an appointment can make you feel overwhelmed. It's not because you're getting old. It's because your nervous system is already running on empty. And then there's grief. Grief from losing friends, losing family, or even losing your sense of purpose. Maybe retirement left a space that used to be filled with meaning. Maybe the silence of an empty house feels heavier than you expected. These emotional losses can take just as much energy from you as physical illness. But here's what I want you to hear today. You are not broken, and this is not something you have to suffer through in silence. So what can you do? First, give yourself permission to rest, not just physically, but emotionally. You've been strong for a long time. It's okay to pause, to feel, to breathe. Second, protect your peace. That means saying no without guilt. That means setting boundaries, even with family, when you need space to care for yourself. Third, find outlets that help you release stress in healthy ways. Maybe it's journaling in the morning. Maybe it's a quiet walk outside, or gardening, or joining a support group. Even sitting in the sunshine with a cup of tea can be healing. And if you feel like you're carrying too much alone, reach out. Talk to a therapist, a friend, a spiritual counselor. You deserve support just as much as anyone else. Because here's the truth. Emotional exhaustion is just as real as physical fatigue. And when you start to care for your inner world, your outer energy begins to return. You've carried others for so long. It's time to carry yourself with that same love and care. At Echo Mind, we believe nurturing your emotional well-being is paramount. Just as a calm pond reflects a clear image, a peaceful mind allows your true self to shine through. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the quiet strength of your own echo. 5. Blood sugar imbalances. You don't feel until it's too late. If you're feeling tired all the time, here's something you might not have considered: your blood sugar. Now, you might be thinking, I don't have diabetes, so this doesn't apply to me. That's exactly what I thought too. But I've learned that blood sugar imbalance can affect anyone, especially women after menopause, even if you've never been diagnosed with anything. As we age, our bodies become more resistant to insulin. That means our cells don't use sugar from the food we eat as efficiently. So even normal meals can cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, leaving you drained, foggy, and moody without warning. And here's the tricky part. You might not feel these spikes or crashes the way someone with diabetes does. You may not feel shaky or dizzy. Instead, it might show up as that heavy tiredness in the middle of the day, or sudden brain fog, or that wave of exhaustion that makes you want to lay your head down at the kitchen table right after lunch. Sound familiar? Let me walk you through a typical day that many women experience. You wake up, maybe skip breakfast, or grab something quick like toast or cereal. That meal is mostly carbs, so your blood sugar goes up fast. Your body releases insulin to bring it back down, and a couple of hours later, you crash. Suddenly, you're tired, irritable, or craving something sweet. So what do? You reach for a snack, maybe some crackers or fruit, or another cup of coffee. That starts the cycle all over again. The result? You're riding a silent roller coaster all day long. Up, down, up, down. And every drop leaves you more exhausted than before. For me, the light bulb moment came when I started checking my blood sugar levels after meals just out of curiosity. What I thought was a healthy breakfast sent my numbers way up, and every time that happened, I noticed I crashed later every single time. So, how can we support our blood sugar without making life complicated? Start your day with protein and healthy fats. Eggs, Greek yogurt, nuts, or even a protein smoothie can give you stable energy that lasts for hours. Avoid starting your day with just toast, cereal, or sugary coffee drinks. Those might taste comforting, but they set you up for a crash throughout the day. Throughout the day, try to eat smaller, balanced meals. Include protein, fiber, and a little fat in each one. This helps your blood sugar stay more stable and keeps your energy more steady. Also, if you like to snack, pair a carb with a protein. Instead of just having an apple, add a few almonds. Instead of crackers alone, try them with cheese or hummus. And I know it's hard, but cutting back on refined sugars and white bread can make a huge difference. You don't have to give everything up, but small changes can have a big impact. Once you learn to stabilize your blood sugar, you may be surprised by how much better you feel. More clear-headed, more steady, less emotional ups and downs, and most of all, less of that unexplained heavy tiredness that weighs you down. This isn't about dieting or restriction. It's about fueling your body in a way that helps you feel like yourself again. Echo Mind encourages you to pay attention to these subtle metabolic rhythms. They are powerful echoes of your internal health, and by understanding them, you gain immense control over your daily energy. 6. Medications that may be draining your energy. Let's talk about something most women never suspect. The medications we take every day. By the time we reach our 60s or 70s, many of us are on at least 2 or 3 prescriptions. Some are for blood pressure, some for cholesterol, others for sleep anxiety or pain. And while many of these medications are necessary and helpful, some of them come with an unexpected side effect: chronic fatigue. The truth is, certain medications can quietly drain your energy over time, and most doctors don't bring it up unless you ask. Let's look at a few common ones. First, beta blockers. These are often prescribed for high blood pressure or heart issues. They slow your heart rate, which can help protect your heart, but they can also make you feel sluggish, slow, or weak, especially if your dose is too high for your needs. Next, statins. These are used to lower cholesterol, and while they've helped many people, they're also known to cause muscle aches, joint pain, and fatigue in some users. If you've been feeling sore or unusually tired and you're on a statin, it's worth asking if the two are connected. Then there are antidepressants. Some of these medications can help with mood, but they may also flatten your emotional energy and make you feel less motivated or alert. If your emotions feel muted or your energy is constantly low, it might be time to reevaluate the dosage or type. Sleep medications are another one. Yes, they can help you fall asleep, but many also leave behind a hangover effect that lingers into the next day. You might feel foggy, slow, or off balance in the morning, even if you technically slept. And of course, there are pain medications, allergy pills, and even certain over-the-counter drugs that can contribute to drowsiness or brain fog without you realizing it. Now, I want to be clear, never stop taking a medication without speaking to your doctor. Some of these prescriptions are essential, and stopping them suddenly could be dangerous. But what you can do is start a conversation. Bring a full list of your medications, prescription and over-the-counter, to your next appointment. Ask your doctor or pharmacist, could any of these be making me tired? You might be surprised at the answer. In some cases, there may be lower doses, alternative drugs, or even lifestyle changes that reduce your need for certain medications altogether. You've worked hard for your health. You deserve to feel good. Not to go through every day feeling like you're dragging a tired body behind you because of a prescription you've never questioned. Sometimes the answer isn't more caffeine or more sleep. Sometimes the answer is simply knowing what's really going on and giving yourself permission to explore other options. So if you've been feeling tired and you can't figure out why, take a closer look at your medicine cabinet. You might just find one of the answers hiding there. Remember, on EchoMind, we advocate for informed choices and open dialogue with your healthcare providers. Your well-being is a collaborative effort. You deserve to feel like yourself again, my dear friend. If you've been nodding along through this conversation, I want you to know you are not alone. Feeling tired all the time isn't just something you have to live with. It's not a sign of weakness, and it's not just because you're getting older. It's a sign that your body, your heart, or your mind need something different, something deeper, something more caring. Maybe it's a hormone shift you were never told about. Maybe your body is missing key nutrients it used to absorb with ease. Maybe it's poor sleep that's stealing your energy quietly night after night. Or maybe it's stress, grief, medications, or even your blood sugar doing more harm than you realize. Whatever the reason, you deserve answers. You deserve relief. And most importantly, you deserve to feel like yourself again. You've spent decades taking care of others. You've worked, loved, sacrificed, and shown up day after day, even when you were tired, even when no one noticed. Now it's your time, not just to survive, but to truly thrive, to wake up with more energy, to feel peace in your body and clarity in your mind, to enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build, not just get through the day. The first step is not about doing everything at once. It's about listening. Listening to your body. Listening to that small, quiet voice inside that says, I miss feeling good. And from there, take one step at a time. Ask questions. Make small changes. Advocate for your health the way you've advocated for everyone else's. Because no matter your age, it's never too late to feel better. Here on EchoMind, we believe in the power of this journey of self-discovery and proactive health. This journey is about reestablishing the connection between your conscious awareness and your body's subtle signals, the echoes of its needs and imbalances. It's about understanding that your mind and body are intricately linked, and when one struggles, the other often sends an echo of distress. Pay attention to these echoes, learn their language, and respond with compassion and wisdom. You are the expert of your own body, and with the right information, you can navigate these challenges and emerge with renewed vitality. Don't let past experiences or dismissive attitudes silence your inner knowing. Let the insights shared on EchoMind empower you to seek the vibrant, energetic life you deserve. And if no one else has said this to you today, let me be the one to say it clearly. You are worthy of care. You are worthy of healing. And you are worthy of energy that lets you live fully on your terms. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and most of all, stay kind to yourself. You deserve it.